All right, here we go. It's another edition of Rock Talk right here on CGCM Rock Radio with Bob Bannister. And joining me this time around, John Nickoloff. He is the lead singer, the front man, the founder of the band Nickoloff. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. So give us the Coles Notes version of the band Nickoloff.
Well, we started. We rose out of the ashes of a band called Naked Rachel, and it just got to be where somebody said, "Hey, just call the band Nickoloff." That's what we did, and it stuck. And here we are, all these years later. Probably 2007, we started doing that. But we have Kevin Smith on the drums, Reg Monsanto on guitar, Mark McManus on guitar, and John Bigwood on the bass, and myself.
You guys are gigging all over Florida and kind of a little bit envious, being up here in the frozen white north. And but I shouldn't complain. I mean, we're over the next few days, we're going to be getting temperatures in like the 80s, 90s, probably up into about 100 or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then I've got to say, I'm absolutely digging the song Back Where I Belong. That is such a cool song.
So much. I appreciate it. It touches a little bit of everything. It's straight ahead rock. It's melodic rock. It tells a story. We're very proud of that record, that song. That's what started it all with Kibble Records for us.
Now, Envy is coming out July 4th. Did I see that on the website there?
Yeah. So Envy is out physically. Digitally, it's coming out on all of the streaming platforms on 4th of July. So we're coming out with a bang.
There you go. So you got to order your physical copy if you want one. John, where can they order that?
KivelRecords.com. It's KIVEL records.com. And you can find that also at Nickoloff.rocks.
There you go. Now, I was cruising on your website there, Nickoloffrocks.com, seeing you've shared the stage with some huge names, including some Canadian giants, BTO. How was that? How was that?
It was cool, man. That was the first show that we'd ever played in an arena. We played at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, and it was for Bike Week, Bike Fest type of thing. And it was us, Ryan Howe, former lead singer, God rest his soul, of now I can't remember it, Brian Howe Bad Company.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, and then BTO, and what a fantastic show. Those guys were just great people. Love their music. Never thought in my life that I'd be able to open for them, but what a thrill! What a thrill! What a
Fred and Randy are absolute. I guess you'd almost say they're rock gods here in Canada. I mean, they're right up there with Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson, and they're royalty.
They're legends for sure.
Absolutely. Now, in one of my previous lives, I was a country music DJ, and I keep going through this list, and I come across Dierks Bentley that you've opened for. That must have been kind of different.
It was so Dierks played an acoustic event, and actually Michael Jordan was there. Dierks
Oh, wow.
Bentley, yeah, Michael Jordan was in the crowd. It was a place called the Coliseum, again in Daytona Beach, and I can't remember what the event was for, but it was us. Casey Kane, the NASCAR driver, was there.
Yep.
Michael Jordan, and then Dierks, ended the night. And what a fantastic guy. Never realized, and this is not a cut on him. It is what it is. I consider myself a pretty small guy. I'm 5'9". Mm-hmm. Dierks was a little bit shorter than I am. I'm like, yeah. It surprised me a little bit. But what a fantastic guy, and what a great artist.
He really is a great artist. And it's kind of interesting. You see, you've got your band Nickoloff and opening for Dierks Bentley and stuff like that. Is it something that's happening where I'm just seeing a lot of blurring of the lines in the genres of music? Like you got country influences sneaking its way into rock music and a lot of vice versa.
Right. So I think so. I mean, I think if you have good music, it doesn't matter how hard it is, how twangy it is. Good music is good music, and good entertainment is good entertainment. And I will say this: we opened for Bo Bice as well,
right?
The Athens Theater in DeLand, Florida, and we figured that there was going to be kind of a headbutting, maybe a different kind of crowd that wouldn't accept us, but they did, because our music is you may be able to find a country twinge in there,
Mhm.
but it's melodic enough where it doesn't assault you. First off, uh,
Right.
and we're entertaining. So I mean, I think that's a big part of it. So even if our music was a little bit heavier, we're still entertaining, and we're able to draw you in that way. I think that we would go over well with, I mean, almost any of the country bands that are out there, um, and maybe even some of the heavier bands. I don't know if we would go over great with Metallica, but who knows? You know, I just think
Who knows though? Because James Hetfield's a pretty big Southern rock fan.
well, you know what? You're right. You're right. So maybe would go over well with him. I would love to find that out,
That would
James.
be cool. There you go. If you're watching Mr. Hetfield, look up Mr. Nickoloff over here.
Oh,
But
reach me through Bob.
pardon me.
Reach me through Bob. That's fine.
Right on, right on. But I'm also noticing too that we seem to be in a bit of a rock revival. We're getting people and bands are starting to move away from a lot of the prefab pop and getting back to the way it used to be back in the 80s and very early 90s.
I think there's a longing for that. I mean, I think people miss that the fun, the not being so serious, not being so cookie cutter.
That's
Um,
a good word.
yeah, I think people have missed that for a while, and I mean, we're certainly there to supply that for them. I mean, our songs they're not rocket science. They're not so deep. There's a deepness to the lyrics and the songs. There's a story, but we just want to go out there and supply somebody with music that they can bop their heads to, they can dance to, they can sing along with. I think I think people have missed that for a while. I think a lot of bands are doing that now, like you said.
Do you think we're going to see a return of the big rock festivals though to the North American scene, or is that something that's now just strictly European?
No, I think they're doing that here. I think there's a lot of those popping up here. You know, Rocklahoma, we do the thing in Daytona Beach, the Welcome to Rockville. I mean, that's massive, and I would love to get on that as well. Danny Wimmer, um, I would love to get on any of those types of things. Yeah, I think those are coming back. I think they're trying to come back. Um,
Mhm.
I hope they do. I love stuff like that. You know, one of the bigger things that I saw was the Van Halen, Metallica, Van Halen, Scorpions, Dokken, and
Oh, the
King of
Monsters of Rock back in the 80s.
Dude. That's what it's all about to me. I would love to be on a bill like that, and I would love to see more bills like that for sure. I think it's coming.
That'd be really cool. We need to make that happen. So if anybody out there in YouTube land and and listening to CGCM Rock Radio, if you've got some connections, let's make stuff like that happen because we've got to make rock. We've got to bring rock back in a big way, and that's what we're all about here at CGCM Rock Radio is bringing acts that people might not have heard of before, bring these acts to the forefront because there's a lot of people out there that go through life like this and they're like, oh, they stopped making good rock back in '89,
Yeah.
and that's a crime.
Yep, that's not the case. And what you guys did, the service that you guys provide for all of us up and coming bands and new bands, even the older bands who have a tough time getting their music out to new people. You guys make that happen, and I can say probably for all of the bands that you do that for, thank you. We appreciate it. I certainly appreciate it.
No, you're quite welcome. And you know what? We love the fact that we've got new music to bring to the masses. And one of the ways we do that is through the CGCM Rock Radio Top 20 Countdown. And Back Where I Belong is currently charting on the countdown.
Thank you all so much. Very
You're
cool.
you're quite welcome. And now we were talking about this rock revival. Do you think that a lot of this has had to do with the dawning of new technologies? Like here we are, we're chatting on Zoom. Do you think that is making things a lot easier for artists because they can just plug into a laptop? Do
I think that there's a component to that. I mean, I'm not able to get I wasn't able to get this music out to the masses like we're doing today.
Mhm.
Would have never been able to do this. So yeah, this certainly plays a role in it. Um, that's a tough question. The answer yes is yes. I think it plays a role in it. Um, I hope that continues.
There you go. So I got to ask you though, John, you're obviously a music junkie, but in reading some of your social media posts as well, kind of sounds like you're a bit of a motorsports fan as well, coming from Indy.
Yes. Oh, I lived 10 minutes from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I lived 20 minutes from the Daytona Speedway. So I'm a huge racing fan. I just love that the whole atmosphere. It's like a rock concert with fast cars, you know?
It really is.
Yeah. And so a lot of the songs, like if you go back, you'll see that I recorded a CD called Get Out of My Way years ago.
Mhm.
And Get Out of My Way was written, I wrote the lyrics for NASCAR, and for racing. If you listen to those lyrics and read them, it's really about racing. So yeah, I mean, I love that stuff. I just love the atmosphere. I love the people, love the speed. It's just the adrenaline, I think is what it is.
Do you have a favorite driver?
EQ40.
There you go. There you go. He was one of the all-time greats. I had the opportunity to interview Mario Andretti there a few years ago, and
Really.
I got to say, he's my favorite.
Oh, he's fantastic too.
He
Doesn't
really
age.
is.
Doesn't
No,
age.
he doesn't. He doesn't. He's got the Dick Clark disease.
Good Lord, right?
The guy's he's in his 80s and he looks like he's like 40.
Fantastic. Good for him.
Absolutely. So then getting back to being a music junkie, what is John Nickoloff's Guilty Pleasures album?
So I'm a big fan of Keel.
Okay.
So we opened for Ron Keel years ago with Iron Horse. I love the Right to Rock. That Black and Blue album has hold on to 18. Those types of music, those types of records from that period, always go-tos for me.
Right on. Right on. So let's head into a segment here that I like to call This or That. It's just a quick rapid fire succession of questions. And you just answered this or that. So we're going to start things off. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Club gig or festival gig?
Festival.
There you go. Beach or amusement park? Steak or seafood?
Oh, steak.
Which is kind of funny because you're coming from the Sunshine State from Florida, but okay, you're an Indy boy. So yeah. All right. All right. And then finally, the one that's been dividing everybody here, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No. No pineapple.
I'm sorry?
Apple on pizza for you?
Maybe. Sometimes.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Sometimes, because you know what? There's a type of pizza that we can get up here. It's called the Hawaiian pizza.
Okay, yeah.
And it's basically ham and pineapple. And you know what? It's actually not that bad.
Really?
Yes. It's just like the
consistency of pineapple.
Okay. All right. There you go. So that works. That works. So where can people find out more information about you there, John? Again, hit the website.
Yeah, if you just go to the website, it's nickoloff.rocks, Nickoloff.rocks. You'll find everything about us. It'll take you to YouTube. It'll take you to Instagram. It'll take you anywhere to find anything out about Nickoloff. I'm trying to do right now.
Excellent. Well, hey, thank you for joining us here on another edition of Rock Talk. John Nickoloff, thank you once again.
Appreciate you. Thank you for all you do. Thanks,
all
Bob.
right. Thank you. And thank you for joining us. Catch us again next time on another edition of Rock Talk with Bob Bannister right here on CGCM Rock Radio.